Okay, now having gone through that, the theory behind measurements, the procedures for what you're going to be doing in those three different things where you're using the ruler to measure the dimensions of a block, you're using the vernier caliper, you're going to do those online activities, and then finally you're creating your own form of measurement. Now you're going to do your analysis, having collected that data, and do some different calculations. So I'm just going to sort of step you through this. This is the ruler for your rectangular object. I want you to report your correct significant figures on these, so make sure you're using the ruler. Remember, with the ruler, if you're measuring in centimeters, you should have, with a ruler, you'll have the first digit, however many that is, plus 1 decimal point plus another decimal point. This will be in centimeters. Remember, this last one should be 0 or 5. Okay? So with this, you're going to measure the length, width, and height of a rectangular object. And then in addition to this, you're going to calculate, and you'll have to make a separate table for this or just do it on a separate sheet of paper, the standard percent error. Actually, hold on, I'm sorry. We have a... Yeah, so here's our table for your deviation. This is how you calculate that deviation. Remember I called this delta up in there where it's x minus x bar. I think I said x bar minus x. So you'll give your deviation and then calculate the volume. And then I also want you to calculate the standard error of the length, width, and height for that rectangular object. And then also I want you to calculate the standard percent error of length, standard percent error of width, and standard percent error of height. So you'll add these here. 1, 2, 3, and then finally you will calculate the standard percent error of the volume, just like I did in the previous example, and the standard percent error, excuse me, not standard percent error, the standard error of the volume. So in the end, you should have the average volume plus or minus the standard error of the volume. Okay, so I did this for the area example previously, so I want you to do the same, showing all your work, okay, showing all your work for those calculations. That means that I want you to write out the numbers so I can see what you did. Okay, don't just write the values here, but I want you to write out the actual numbers in your calculations. Okay, let me go back up. That was sort of skipped over. Do your vernier caliper, the activities that I asked you to do, and then also paste your simulator screenshot there. And then make your own. This is where you measure the length and width of some common object in your home, something that I'll be familiar with, and give me the unit that you use to measure that. And I believe that is all. Yep, that's all. So a good experiment, we're going to revisit some of these things. We're going to revisit sig figs. We're going to revisit the vernier caliper and measuring with a ruler or a meter stick. Very important experiment as you move forward. So spend time on this. I will be looking at your calculations very closely because I want to make sure that you get those right. All of us will be. And let us know if you have any questions. Contact either one of us, whoever your instructor is, contact them. We all know how to do this lab. We've been doing it for many, many years, but it's a very important lab for you to master. Okay? Well, have fun with this.